Welcome to the Binh Phuoc radio, television station, and newspaper. And now, our headline as usual. Binh Phuoc develop local products. Binh Phuoc build houses for disadvantaged workers. Vietnam, Thailand host second annual forum. Vietnam ranked the 48th in 2022 Global Innovation Index. Ladies and gentlemen, Binh Phuoc province is promoting the One Commune, One Products program, which focuses on developing key local staples and ensuring high quality and international standard for exports.
The province is concentrating on developing products such as fruit and vegetables, tea and medicinal herbs, and aquatic products. It also pays attention to developing different forms of tourism, such as rural tourism, eco-tourism, and community-based tourism, with the aim of promoting local products. It also encourages the application of science and technology in production and deep processing to create high added value products. Individuals and businesses are encouraged to apply management science in building small and medium-sized enterprises and cooperatives and developing local products. There are currently more than 500 local products in Binh Phuoc province, of which over 270 meet 3 to 5-star standards, with involvement of nearly 200 businesses, cooperatives, and business households.
The Emulation Division number 10 in Binh Phuoc province has handed over 3 houses to disadvantaged workers in the locality.
Beneficiaries include Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thùy Dương in Bình Long Town, who works at Hớn Quản District Post Office, Mr. Hoàng Công Hải, a patron retail employee at the Binh Phuoc Petroleum Company from Dong Tien Commune in Dong Phu District, and Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thùy, a worker at the Dong Phu Rubber Joint Company's Thuận Phu Rubber Farm. Thuy's family received funds of 80 million dong from Emulation Division number 10 and assistance from local authorities and neighbors to build the house. At the handover ceremony, businesses in the division and local authorities also presented a number of gift packages to local workers.
The Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee chapter in Phu Rien District, Binh Phuoc province had utilized the funds for the poor to build and repair dozens of houses for needy households each year.
The family of Miss Dieu Thị Dot in Long Tân Commune lived in a dilapidated house for many years. In early 2022, her family received state support to build a house. Meanwhile, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thắm in Phú Trung Commune, Phu Rien District, had her house completed with support from the Fund for the Poor. Local authorities in Phu Trung Commune said they will try to have 17 households escape from poverty this year. This also means an additional 17 poor families will have new houses. Since its establishment in 2017, Phu Rien District has built 340 houses for impoverished families at a total cost of nearly 21.5 billion dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second annual forum between Vietnam and Thailand took place in Bangkok on October the 6th, seeking ways to achieve the common goals of developing clean and sustainable energies.
Permanent Secretary of the Thai Ministries of Energy, Kulis Sumbasiri, said Thailand wishes to promote substantive cooperations in energies with Vietnam. Vietnamese Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade Đặng Hoàng An said Thailand is an important energy investor in Vietnam and its businesses have been investing in wind, solar and thermal power plants in many Vietnamese localities. Affirming the importance of the energy partnerships with Thailand and held that the organizations of the second forum was necessary amid numerous difficulties facing the global energy industry, as it helps the two sides learn each other's energy cooperation demand, strengthen energy cooperation, and contributes to their countries' enhanced strategic partnerships set up in 2015. At the forum, participants discussed and shared experience in many important energy development issues of Vietnam and Thailand, which have the common target of shifting to clean energy to minimize climate change impacts.
Vietnam is placed 48 among 132 economies in the Global Innovation Index 2022. The second also ranked the second out of 36 economies in the lower middle income group, with a performance above expectation for the level of the development.
Vietnam continues to score above the lower middle income group average in all innovation pillars and even achieves the same result when compared to the average of the upper middle income group, apart from human capital and research. It ranks first worldwide in high-tech imports. Region-wise, Vietnam is placed 10th among the 17 economies in Southeast Asia, East Asia, and Oceania. It is also included in the middle-income economies with the fastest innovation catch-up to date. Published by the World Intellectual Property Organization, a specialized agency under the UN, the Global Innovation Index tracks the current state of innovation globally and ranks the innovative performance of 132 countries. The 2022 focuses on the future of innovation-driven growth, analyzing global innovation trends against the background of the ongoing pandemic, a slowing of productivity growth, and other evolving challenges.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put the brake on Vietnam's economic growth over the last 2 years, but on the other hand, it has also fueled a significant uptick in e-commerce, which recorded a 16% growth to $13.7 billion in retail revenue in 2021, according to the White Book on Vietnamese e-business 2022.
Last year, the economic growth hit the lowest in 30 years, at just 2.58%, with key services subsectors experiencing downturn. Data from the General Statistics Office show that retailings and wholesalings declined 0.21% year-on-year, causing the economies to decrease 0.02 percentage point. Meanwhile, the shares of turnover from e-retailings to last year's total retail sales of goods and services were 7%, a year-on-year rise of 27% from 2020. E-retailing is forecast to surge 20% this year to $16.4 billion, compared to $5 billion in 2015. A 2022 study by big data analysis company Metric.vn indicated that Vietnam is emerging as the second largest e-commerce market in Southeast Asia, only after Indonesia.
Vietnam industrial real estate in Vietnam has the potential to grow as demand continues to rise due to a shift in supply chain to the country, according to Saville Vietnam.
The real estate company said as many as 406 industrial parks have been set up nationwide so far, but this figure still needs to be improved to meet the demand. Data from Southeast Vietnam shows that the occupancy rate in industrial parks now stands at 70.9%, equivalent to the rate recorded at the end of 2020. Many industrial parks in industrialized economies are switching to a more environmentally friendly model, so industrial parks in Vietnam are expected to develop in this direction sooner or later. Southeast experts highlighted that no other countries in Southeast Asia have joined as many free trade agreements as Vietnam, which also helps enhance global producers' trust in the country. Another advantage is a young and dynamic workforce and a growing middle class in the country.
The Petro-Vietnam Exploration Production Corporation reported total revenue of 34.5 trillion Vietnam dong, nearly $1.45 billion in the first 9 months of 2022, surpassing the yearly plan by 35%.
The firm's pre-tax profit reached $877 million, and it contributed nearly $680 million to the state budget. The firm recorded an oil equivalent output of 2.79 million tons during January-September, up 17% year-on-year, equivalent to 88% of the plan set for the whole year. The company also completed the drilling of 9 new wells in the period. In the remaining months of this year, it will focus on volatilities management and market forecasts, aiming to complete the production and business target assigned by the oil and gas group Petro-Vietnam. The corporation has recorded revenues of more than $1.2 billion over the course of 5 years from what have been dubbed Blocks 1 and 2 in the Cửu Long Basin. The blocks are located off the continental shelf of Vietnam, about 150 kilometers to the southeast of Vũng Tàu, a port city and the capital of southern province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu.
Vietnam earns more than $16 billion for tourism in the first 9 months of the year, equivalent to 78% of the figure recorded in 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic broke out.
The Vietnam National Administration of Tourism said the country welcomed over 1.8 million foreign tourists in the 9-month period, of which 1.2 million were recorded in the third quarter of this year, 2.5 times the figure in the previous quarter. The Republic of Korea, the US, and Asian countries like Cambodia, Japan, Singapore, and Thailand are the biggest sources of tourists for Vietnam. As of mid-September, international search volumes for aviation and lodging services in the Southeast Asian nation rose 3 times and 10 times respectively, as compared with early March when the country had yet reopened its doors. Domestic holidaymakers reached about 86.8 million in the 9 months, surpassing the 85 million in 2019. Vietnam fully reopened borders to tourists from March 15th. The country aims to welcome 5 million foreign arrivals this year.
And that's all for the news today. Thanks for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.